Welcome back to another episode of True Scripted. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even care if the fucking camera's crooked, y'all, because I literally just got done having a minty bee. Like, when I say I was literally crying before I started this video, all because I'm overwhelmed. Like, it's 90 degrees in here, the AC is on. I could not find my phone. So I literally just stood in the middle of the fucking living room, bawling, crying. Found my phone, and I was like, and then I set it up. I wiped my tears. I knocked my period on yesterday masturbating. So this is just like a small glimpse of how emotional I am right now. And honestly, the only reason why I'm recording in this moment is because a new episode releases tomorrow, and I'm trying to at least have something so I can edit it later today. And it's just been a busy week, and this month is busy, and I'm so frustrated with so many things, and I'm trying to exercise patience and calmness, and it's so hard to not drop kick a bitch, honestly. It's hot as hell in here. I'm getting ready to leave and move some stuff out of here, and then I'm like going to work from my friend's house because I can't, and I'm obviously not emotionally regulated enough to be able to work in this space right now. So that's just kind of like where I am, and with that, I really hope that I can, like, let's see if I actually get an episode under an hour, because that's how I'm feeling. But I always say, like, I'm gonna wrap it up, and then the next thing you know, I'm rapping for like 10-15 more minutes past what I said, and sometimes in some cases it's a whole hour goes by and I'm still rapping. This is irrelevant, but like, I be saying stuff and I want to follow through on stuff. So this is the little tambourine I got from the Pride Festival that me and Katie went to. And then this is a drum. I don't know if y'all know what kind of drum this is, say it in the comments or DM me. But I have this drum. Drum roll, please. That's what I was trying to do last week, and that didn't work out. So that is my tambourine and my drum. I was looking for if I turned this camera around and y'all saw like my dining room / like I don't even use it as a dining room, so it's really just like my art space. It looks horrendous. This side you can probably see, well, no, because I'm gonna crop this so you can't see what's happening right here, but everything is quite literally everywhere in this apartment, and it's really frustrating me because it's so fucking hot. Like, I keep getting these extreme heat warnings on my phone, and the AC is a joke. I think part of it is because like my AC unit is outside, so that itself is heated in like 90-degree weather. And then, like, keep telling y'all, this whole fucking this whole wall is a window, and the sun rises on this side, so it is miserable in here. And then at my job, the fucking HVAC is out like every fucking week, so there's almost nowhere that I can find solace. So I'm just hot and bothered and on my fucking period. What a great combination that is. Something else I forgot to mention. Well, before I get into that, I had said last week that I was going to tell y'all about the organizations, and I could not find the paper, but I do remember two of them, SLK or SKL, cannot remember the order of the letters, but that is, I believe, a Maryland-based organization that provides services for people, helping them get like you already know what's going on, okay? Like, I feel like, and I am a hot mess right now. Like, intentionality with words and try not to say things that you don't want to be true, and like reframing your thinking. But honestly, there's no denying that I'm a hot mess in this moment. And how can I not be? I'm anyway. And then there's heart to hand as well. So then there was another organization that is DC based, that specifically works with members of the LGBTQ community, but they do offer services to other people who do not identify as that way, but that is their primary focus. Heart to Hand, I know that it was founded by a Black woman, and one of their primary focuses is Black women, but open to everyone else. And then SLK, which I believe it is SLK, they're just like everybody. Everyone is accepted. So I did want to touch on that. When I'm able to find more information, I will circle back and tell that. But I was like, well, I was talking about something a little bit more important than tambourines and drums. And who knows, some people probably were looking for that information. So once I get more of it, I'll let you know. But as I've said in the first 5 minutes of this, my life is just a fucking train wreck right now, and I'm trying. For those of you who are listening, I keep spraying myself because this is the only way that I can cool down, and I look like a sweaty, unloved, like I look like I probably just ran a marathon and I've done no running. I wouldn't even think about running in this fucking heat. I want to starfish on the ground. I don't even want to breathe because breathing requires energy, and I just want to preserve all of my energy. And it's like, it's impossible to cool down in here, because even when you take a cold shower or a cold bath, you step out and the heat just envelops you and you're back to a fucking sweaty pig. I could collect my sweat and sell sweat jars. That's an option. I'm sure some internet freak would love it. And if you are the internet freak that would love that, understand that I'm not maliciously calling you an internet freak. I love that you're an internet freak, because since you exist, these creative ideas come to me. So thank you for existing, so that I can come up with this great stuff to please you. So all my internet freaks that are interested in a sweat jar, a taste of mango sweat jar, email me at Mistressmango@proton.me, and we can get you set up today. Okay? And that goes for any submissive that is interested in a session with me, serving me, DMV, fly me to you. I am going to New York. I guess this is announcements. I am going to New York on July 18th for one day only. I have limited availability, preferably spots from 3 to 7 p.m. on July 18th. And then what else? All month of July, I am doing virtual sessions. Virtual sessions, DMV Cashmates. If you are a sub that's like, oh my God, I want to serve Mistressmango, listen, this is what you do, right? Like I said, you have to email me at mistressmango@proton.me. I need age verification. If you are under 21, first of all, you shouldn't even be watching this. Like, yeah, I know, like, the legal age is 18, but honestly, if you're under 21, then you need to go. You can't serve me. Go somewhere else. So, all my 21 and up subbies, I need ID verification. I need a deposit beforehand, and in some cases, depending on what it is, I do need a reference, so I will let you know. But your first step is, of course, fucking tribute, $Mistressmango. And you don't want to piss me off, because when I'm angry, I'm hungry too. So I'm angry, I'm hungry, I'm fucking having cramps, I'm fucking overheated, I'm pissed. So you don't want to piss me off, okay? I'm all nice and loving and kiki, every week. But when I'm fucking angry, it's a whole nother. There's this one picture of me from undergrad where I've told y'all a few times how my what is it called? My fucking roommate, this girl, it became a point where we just really didn't fuck with each other. I did not like that girl. And so we were in the middle of a disagreement. And I remember the moment. Like, I was just at a point where I ain't fuck with her. And when I don't fuck with you anymore, I don't pay as much attention to how I interact with you because I really don't care. So she was talking to me about something, and I had like oops, my bad, Mike. There's a trash can with a flip top. So while she was talking to me, I was looking at her, and I kept just like flipping the top around. And one of my friends who was in the room, shout out Mo Money, he's in episode 5, which is like my first solo episode without Tori, and that was like a really awkward episode for me. And that I'm also pissed off about that because we had recorded it, and then I got like really self-conscious, so I was like, let's re-record it. But I was like, oh, I can use this as extra footage for Patreon. And then my fucking hard drive got damaged. And so I have not tried to recover my thing yet, because I was looking into it. And they were like, it's a possibility. But then it was going to cost like $100 just to get them to do that. And then if they needed to do more work, it was going to cost more. And at the same time, that's when my fucking phone got stolen. So it was too much. It's always fucking too much. Universe, fuck y'all for a second. I'm talking to you, universe. I need you to calm the hell down. Okay? I do not want to be your strongest soldier this year. Okay? I want to live a life of fucking ease and peace. That is what I want. That is what I deserve. And $1 million in my bank account, I would not be mad at that. So everything else you hear, I need you to throw that out the window, and I need you to hear me right now, loud and motherfucking clearly, okay? And that's that on that. The hell was I talking about? Let's breathe. And it's like, I'm going on these rants, and part of me is like, girl, just start over. Get your life together and start over. But no. Like, y'all need to see me in my element so y'all could really understand how fucking fed up I be. Like, people... Oh, I be so fucking fed up. I'm so over this. Like, I just want to snap. I'm having a minty beat on YouTube, y'all. This is crazy. But no, what for real? What was I talking about? I know at one point I was talking about subs. And then I transitioned into something else. But anyway, if you're a submissive and you want to serve, you need to tribute first. That is $Mistressmango. My initial is 50, but honestly, I accept all sins. But I don't really start paying attention to you till you send me $50, okay? I also accept Michael's gift cards, Lowe's gift cards, Amazon gift cards. You know what I'm saying? So send me that shit, okay? I got things to Zelle, okay? If you're a service sub, I still expect tribute. Like, it could be a gift card, a cheaper gift card, you know? But I always expect tribute. That's the first rule. Like, if you're not paying me, like, if you ain't talking money, I don't want to talk, okay? So if you're not doing something for me, why the fuck would I do something for you? Okay? And send an email to Mistressmango. If you want to book, I'm doing virtual. Preferably ignore sessions, because the bitch got shit to do and it's not involve you. Now, if you want me to ignore you with my ass in the camera, shake it a little every here and there, I got you. Maybe if you want me to fart. If farting is your thing, listen, I got him. That was me singing Jingle Bells. Erratic, heat, delirious. What is that? Oh, that's my coworker. When I crop this, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I have my my piece I could honestly pick it up and show y'all. I could insert a picture too, but I don't know if I feel like editing, so you may or may not get a picture of this. on. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it. Here, this piece. But I got that back from the harbor, and I actually dropped off some other pieces the other day. So I think now I have, well, I took back two of the pieces, the one I just showed, and then this other piece, because I have to repair the other piece. And then all of the other pieces are like new. There's like this one 4 foot by 4 foot piece, which was really big. And it's so difficult to move. And when did I did that in like 2022. Yeah, it was 2022. And the old piece that used to be right there was like green and orange. I took that, and there was like a sister piece. I took both of those. So I did that big piece, and then I have a painting that I did as well. I can actually put all of those in here because this won't go till Saturday. So I have until Saturday to edit that in. So you're welcome. I prefer ignore sessions. You want me to stick my toes in the camera? I got you. Okay. Like, but my favorite thing is just when you send, because sending makes my life so much easier, because then I really could just lay here like a starfish, and I could get a huge super turbo fan to help me cool the fuck off, because this is ridiculous. But I'm gonna move off that. So last week when me and Katie, I had mentioned how we went to the Pride Festival in Silver Spring. So then afterwards we had like went our separate ways, but then we ended up meeting up, and me and the fam went to go see Inside Out 2. And it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. Okay, so first of all, the first Inside Out, I had seen it way after it came out, and this is when I think I told y'all the story about how, yeah, I did, because that was that's really in your fucking ass, bitch. And I might have mentioned the Inside Out movie in there, but that was the first time I saw Inside Out, when I was in the hospital, because I had that cyst in my butt. So it was me, my mom, and my stepdad at the time, and my mom was in the hospital, but she wanted to lay with me. I don't know, strange lady. I love her though. She wanted to lay with me, and then my stepfather was in the the chair, and I was up late, as ass crack late, and Inside Out was on, and I hadn't seen it before. It had been out for a while, and I don't want to say that I guess I wasn't super intrigued by it. Oh my god, y'all, when I came out into this living room, it was a big ass bug just flying around. I was like, oh, take me now. Like, you make me knock my fucking period on. You have me in here about to have a goddamn heat stroke. I'm motherfucking hungry, and everything is frozen, so it's gonna take 10 years of goddamn defrost. And I try not to take too much food out at once, because I be so fucking tired, bro. I be so tired. So it's like I take food out, and then I'm scrambling to cook it all before it go bad. Yeah. Inside Out. So I was up late at night watching it, and that's what I was talking about. I was just like, it wasn't a big deal for me to see it, especially because I don't really watch TV like that. So I didn't know too much about the movie, but I was just watching free movies in the hospital. So I put it on, and it's such a beautiful movie. I think that they did so well explaining emotions, and the part that really, like, first of all, I'm a serial crier. I cry when I'm angry. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry. I don't even know why I be crying. I will be sitting there and I'll tear up. And everybody be like, you really crying? Yes, I'm really crying. Like, even at my mom's thing, when I had talked about it on that Saturday, like, I was crying. And my brother was like, are you crying? And my mom was like, she cries at everything. And I was like, yeah, you didn't know that? And he was like, I mean, I knew, but no, I cannot control my tears. They come when they want to come. And so when I was watching Inside Out, I lost it at the part where Joy realized you needed sadness in life. Like, I thought that was so, like, such a beautiful message to for people to get. That, like, you, without the storm or without the rain, the sun, some one of them quotes, my brain not working right now, but like, you really do need that balance of emotions, of sadness, of anger, of disgust, of happiness, and joy. Like, so Inside Out, I fucking love that movie. And then when I was a when I was a RA and we had to do like bulletin boards and stuff, I had did one of my themes being Inside Out. I did an Inside Out bulletin board. I think I still have that picture, so if I do, I'll insert it here. I don't remember what door tags I did. Well, I did my door tags semesterly instead of matching them with my board, because we had to do a board once a month. But that might have been, because my first year as an RA, I was on the ninth floor, and then my second year as an RA, I had the basement floor, and so I had 3 floors that I was responsible for. And I remember at one point, I think it was when I was in the basement, I did, what did I do? That's when I really, okay, so my first year, I only had that 1 floor, so I had, I think, like, I want to say I had around, like, 30 residents, so I think I did switch my door tags to match my bulletin boards, but then, when I was an RA for, like, B1, B2 in the first floor, I had, I think, close to 60 residents, so I was like, I'm not making 60 door tags every month, so I did those semesterly, and I think the second semester, I had taken these memes of myself and I printed them out and I gave everybody like a meme of my face as their door tag. I really did enjoy being an RA, but that second year pissed me off because it was one night I was doing rounds and I was like, oh, these little white privileged motherfuckers got me fucked up. Like, this dude, so if you are familiar with Towson and the towers, I was a Tower B RA, and the way Towson does their towers, they do like this, they bring in more people than they can actually house, so they do fall triples. They put 3 people in a room that is meant for 2 people, so it's like a bunk bed, a single bed, there's 3 dressers, and are there 3 desks too? I think there are 3 desks. There's 3 desks, 3 chairs, because the room is really long. So it gets hectic pretty quick living with 3 people. So that room of 3 people is usually connected to it's a shared bathroom with 2 other people, or in some cases, usually they'll put a triple next to the RA. So it'll be either 4 to 5 people sharing a bathroom. So my freshman year, that was fun. That was not my freshman, my first year's RA. That was a great time. My staff was wonderful. My residents really weren't that bad. And then my second year as a RA, I didn't really care for the staff because we had kind of got split up and we had hired some like weirdos, and I don't like change. So I'm really like no new friends, and it sucks being such a outgoing personality because everybody wants to be friends with me, and I'm like, please no. Like, I'm actually, I like to think of myself as just reserved and shy, and I know nobody else would think that, but I don't know, my personality, I don't know how to describe it, but it definitely feels like I'm an inviting person, but I would rather not be bothered, honestly. I hate talking to people, I do. But you would never be able to tell. So strange. And I'm very good at performing and being in the spotlight, but I prefer not to be. Oh no. I messed up. I don't know where the batteries went, so I'm just spraying water on me and the fan's not actually going. Yeah, and so then my second year, a lot of my residents were just like, ugh, I hated everything about my second year, to be honest. Um, so why did I go on that rant? Oh yeah, I was talking about Inside Out. So back to the present day. We went to go see Inside Out 2, and it was a great movie. I will say, I don't know if I was like too dead set or really cared for the boredom character. Um, I guess he played a pivotal role in it, but I didn't really like anxiety. She was definitely she was definitely main character energy, evil main character energy too. I was like, oh my god, somebody get this bitch. But that's really how anxiety be. Like, oh my god, I was so stressed out for Joy. I was so stressed out. And then there was a moment where Joy just kirked on everybody. And I was like, I get it. Like, it's so hard to be happy when you got sadness running around and fucking anger and disgust and anxiety and everybody else running around trying to fuck up the equilibrium. And it's like, why can't I be happy all the time? But then it goes back to, you need to have that balance of emotions, because everything is energy. And so you have to release and process certain energy, and really connect with your emotions and figure out what about this is triggering my anxiety, what about this is triggering my sadness, and how can I transform this situation to become more happier or whatever else. And I think about a conversation. I mentioned it in another episode, but a conversation that I was having with a family member back in college when I had first got diagnosed with depression. And he was just like, if you want to be happy, choose happy. And I'm like, what? Like, motherfucker, did I not just give you 11 million reasons why it's hard for me to be happy and what's going on? And it was like, now as I got older, I see what he meant, but it's also how you say things. And it's like, we ended up having he called me yesterday, and we were having a conversation about something, and he said something to me that really triggered me and upset me. And I was like, I was listening to you before, but like, I'm not going to let you say what you just said and as if it was like true. And after we had got off the phone, like, he's like, I hear you. And I was like, I don't know if you really hear me, but we got off the phone, and it was like, the things that he was saying, I understood it. And I was like, this is already on my mind, but it's how you say things. And so let that be a lesson. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. But how did I get there? I was talking about, balancing. And so, like, but now that's what I see. Like, despite having the sadness and having this and understanding that these things come and go, and that there's a lesson to be learned in everything, and like, how can I change my environment? Because you do always have like a choice in things. You can choose how you react, and as always, it's easier said than done. And a lot of things people won't really understand until they're put in that position to choose happiness or choose this or choose that. Like, I think about, like, this one was controversial with a lot of people in my family, but it's like, me quitting teaching, that was me choosing my happiness, because I was just so fucking overworked and stressed. And honestly, that's like kind of where I am now. I'm like, okay, well, I can't go out on a whim and quit my job like I did teaching again. But I literally got to get up every morning and talk myself down, because I'll be like, one email, I'll be like, I quit. But then I'm like, no, you got bills to pay. You can't do that yet. But yeah, you got to choose happiness. You got to choose to look at, like, the anger. What made me angry? How can I mitigate or minimize my anger? What caused me to be sad? How can I change those circumstances so that I'm not sad again? And what brings me happiness? So maybe, I don't have the money that I want, or my living situation isn't the best, or my relationship isn't the best, but I could choose to have a moment of peace. And what does that look like? Maybe that's binge watching my favorite TV show all day so that I don't have to think about anything else. That's me choosing something that's going to make me happy and replenish me in that moment. Or maybe it's going to the store and getting my favorite snack, or maybe it is calling up a friend who, you know, that is there for me and I enjoy talking to and I always get things out of, and so making those decisions to invite better feelings into into our being, I guess. Y'all, it's hot. So I hope that little rant made sense. Inside Out 2 was good. I am a little bit mad how they ended it. So it better be a Inside Out 3, or I will go to Disney Pixar myself and fight somebody. But great, if you work for Disney Pixar, y'all did a great job with that. If you happen to be on a team, great job. Tell management I want a 3. So that's that. It is now, I've been talking about for 30 minutes. So, y'all, I've been getting this code wrong, and I finally got it. The code is sorry, y'all, I got a message. BB Bustin' Nuts. BBBUSTINNUTS. BB Bustin' Nuts for 30% off your order of a sex toy. And so I am going to do, I recorded behind the scenes pole play, but it's yoga based. And I did a video with yoga with Adrian, but you know, copyright and stuff, so I'm gonna do a yoga voiceover, so just stay tuned for when I'm actually able to do that, because I'm running around like a lab rat this month. And then I am going to do a toy talk on all of my Bellessa toys, and I have, like, let me see, I have the Demi Wand, I have the motherfucking Thrust, I have the Finger Pro, I have the Halo, which is a couple's toy. It's a vibrating cock ring, okay? The Demi Wand, the Pebble, the Air Vibe. I feel like I have at least one or two more. And I put in a request to get another one. So I have a bunch of Bellessa products that I can talk about. So make sure you head on over to Patreon. You can watch the pre-existing toy talks, and be on the lookout for that Bellessa review toy talk. And then Tales of a Sensual Findom. I'm thinking I'm gonna just do a compilation of like all the crazy messages that I be getting. I still do have to tell the story about the embarrassing story about when I went to New York back in April. I had an interaction with a sub, and and while I was at this event, I was in the middle of a panic attack, trying to hold myself together. So it was just a lot happening all at once. So that, yeah, it was just like a quick moment that was embarrassing. But just to get more details about how that night went, read a couple of stories. And then I feel like there was something else that's happened recently within my Findom world that I said, oh, eventually I'm going to talk a little bit about loyal fans, since that's the main platform. But yeah. So head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/2scrippers1pole, and go to Bellessa using the link in the description and use code BBB Bustin' BB Bustin' Nuts. BBBUSTINNUTS. So which one do I want to do first? I'll mention this first, and then I can wrap up on the next one, because I like took notes. I don't even remember when's the last time. I think the last time I recorded was last Wednesday. Yeah, it was. And so much has happened since then. I think literally on Thursday, which is part of what I'm going to talk about, I had a fucking like follower just really piss me off. And then since then, a whole bunch of stuff has happened, and like a lot of, not in relation to that, but just like being exposed to certain people in certain situations, and like really having to kind of just like realize that, like, and I know the state of the world that we're living in, but like when you're really hit with how common some of these things are, it makes me sad. It really, because it's like, what do you do? What do you do when some of these things are like such a large scale? So I say that to say that, like, I recorded last week, then what I'm going to talk about in a minute happened on Thursday. So I was like, oh, I'm going to make my episode next week about that. And then, like, what did I do Friday? I don't remember what I did Friday. But, and I don't remember what I did Saturday either. Wow, everything's a blur. I can look at my thing. Does this tell me what I did? I worked on Saturday, and then I had a baby shower that I went to on Sunday. Y'all, I won the Don't Say Baby game. I sure enough did. I was getting everybody. They was just casually talking baby, and I was like, you went to a what? I went to a baby shower, or not a baby shower, but it was like, I think I got Rayshawn. She was like baby bottle. I was like, oh, because we played the drinking. I cannot get that. I don't like, because Xavier, if you're watching this, you fucking cheated at Juan's baby shower. But the little, like, you gotta finish the bottle. At Juan's, it was alcohol in the bottle, and it really wasn't filled up that much. And then at my friend Rihanna's, hers, she had, I think, like Kool-Aid, but she filled that bitch up. I was like, oh my god, with that little asshole. And I'm like, and I can't win at that game, so I need to stop volunteering for that. And so when we were talking about it afterwards, my friend Rayshawn was like, yeah, the baby bottle. And I was like, the what? And she was like, the baby bottle. I was like, yeah, give me that. And then who else did I catch? Somebody else. I don't, but I was getting everybody just like that. They would say it, and I'm like, and then with some people, I did it 3 times. I was like, the what? Yeah, give me that pen. And I think I collected 6 pens. So your girl, I did see him flying. But yeah, so it's been a busy week, and now that it's Wednesday, a lot has happened. I started my job at summer camp, and I'm like, this reminds me why I'm not an elementary school teacher, why I wasn't an elementary school teacher. I love the kiddies, I really do. But it's really like a workshop thing for me, or a one-day thing. I cannot consistently. So if you are an elementary school teacher, preschool teacher, the young ones, even middle school, if you're a teacher, period, shout out to you. But especially if you teach the babies, kudos to you. Cause I've oh my god, I just can't. I can't. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun, but it's like, also when I work with kids, I have to constantly remind myself to stay emotionally regulated, because I just can't. And it's like, kids was like, no, and it's like, honestly, if I was your parent, you would have gotten, like, if you don't condone whipping children, I'm not sorry. Sometimes, now it's a difference between taking a fucking belt or some other, like, throwing actual hard items at a child, and I'm not saying you need to beat them all day every day, but I do definitely think that there is some benefit to, like, sometimes you have to realize, like, you really cannot act like this, or you really cannot say things like this. And that's not to say, like, I don't know, let me just stop right there, because some people are like, you don't even have kids, and what do you know about disciplining kids, and da-da-da-da. I have godchildren, I have nieces and nephews, I have worked with children. Sometimes that ass needs to be whooped, okay? That's it, that's all. And so when I be teaching, I have to remember, like, girl, you can't put your hands on these damn kids. So I have to, like, walk away and regulate myself, because then I'm also not about to sit here and go back and forth with you. I said what I said. Either you do it or you don't. You still want to sit here and have a temper tantrum? Cool. I'm gonna go back over here and talk to the kids that are actually participating and ready to do something. You have your little fit. Talk to me when you're ready. And that's how I handle adults too, because some adults still aren't emotionally regulated and need to have their temper tantrum. I don't know how many of my friends be having attitudes, and I'd be like, yo, what is wrong with you? And then I just stop talking to them until they get it together. And then they come back and they're like, well, I know. I still love you. What's up, though? How you doing? Like, because sometimes we just need that break to calm down. So, yeah. Back to how I was going on that rant in the beginning of this is just like everything's everywhere always. I'm fucking tired. It's hot. And I just started my period. And so many things need to be done, and I'm at a point of frustration right now, like intense frustration, to be honest. So anywho, I was cooking breakfast the other day, and I told you I do my morning routine. I haven't done yoga this morning yet, but I get up, I do my yoga, I cook breakfast, blah blah blah. So I was in the kitchen, I was cooking, and now they've been playing a lot of Glorilla. And first of all, she has a song with Gloss Up, Slim Roni, Aliza, and C Carbon, or Carbon C, K Carbon. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I think it's K Carbon. I wrote this really strangely, but it's called like Wrong One, and the premise is like Glorilla was talking about, oh, I just love my man, da 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 da, and they were all in the car, and she's like, matter of fact, pull up on that nigga. So then they pull up to his house to find a nigga with another bitch. So they was like, oh, all dramatic and shit. And so then she was like, I had to show him what did they say? Something about I'm my daddy's son. And basically like, what did the other girl say? Damn, I'm blanking on the lyrics. But essentially like you got the wrong one. And so in the video they break into his house while he's not there, and they fuck up all his shit. They like tearing up the pillows and the bed and throwing food everywhere, and just like, first of all, that is so unhinged. Leave that man. Leave that girl. Don't go destroying property, because don't go destroying no fucking property. Go collect your piece. That's what you need to do. If your stuff is there, grab your stuff and get the fuck out. And just ghost them. Leave them alone. Don't expend that energy on them. Especially if you about to go right back. But I'm gonna mind my business. That's why I'm single. All the single ladies. What else? Yeah. That I just wanted to bring that up because that was crazy. So it's like I'll usually start with Cash Doll, and now TGIF comes. Then it usually is Put It on the Floor again with Lotto and Cardi. And then after that, it kind of depends. And so they've been doing a lot more. At one point, they were doing a lot of Lotto. Eventually, Cardi B's Enough comes on. But they've been doing a lot more Glorilla. So I hadn't heard. She has a song called High as Fuck. Snoop Dogg's in the video. And I couldn't tell it was her at first. But I was listening to the lyrics, and she was like, basically, she be high as fuck. She be smoking all the time, and she be like in a spaceship. And she's like, she woke up so high the next day. So that reminded me of the first time I had an edible. I don't know if I ever told this story, but it was with one of my unholy trinity exes, and it was my first time having an edible. He had told me we had gotten into an argument right before we ate the edibles. And so I really don't know if he didn't tell me on purpose because he was being spiteful, or if it was just a slip up. I like to think he was being spiteful. But he did not tell me not to eat the whole brownie. I devoured that bitch like it was a regular brownie. I did not sleep that entire night. I sat there with my eyes closed. And then I woke up. Well, I didn't wake up because I never went to sleep. The next morning, this is when I was like, I had a position on campus and I had to go to like a meeting. And so this was a Thursday night and our meetings were Friday morning. And I went into the meeting. I'm walking in. I opened the door and like tripped over air and fell into the meeting. Mind you, I had on a fucking headscarf. I looked crazy. I looked crazy. And it was so hard for me to focus because that's when it hit me. I was finally just like high. It was a bearable high, but it was just like, now I'm high, but I'm also sleep deprived on top of that high. So it was really stressing. And then I just remember, like, I really didn't smoke that much in college. I told y'all, like, me smoking, and I don't even smoke that much now, but me smoking, especially solo, was not a thought up until the pandemic, or really after the pandemic, because even during the pandemic, I wasn't really smoking by myself. I was, like, visiting a friend who smoked frequently, so I was seeing them probably about, like, every week to every other week during the pandemic. We both lived alone, so it was no shit, like, nothing to do. And then, like, occasionally Dixie would come over, or somebody might come over, but yeah, I wasn't really a solo smoker till somewhere in the pandemic. It was really after hanging out with my friend, I was like, oh yeah, it is chill to just smoke by yourself, because I was such a social smoker, which really is neither here nor there. Where was I going? So in college, I didn't really smoke that much. And I do remember another time where I had got high and we were all in the car, and I just felt like the car was a fucking spaceship. And I remember putting my arms behind me like, wee. And then somebody was like, yo, you good? It's like, no, I'm not. So yeah, that. So that's my Glorilla. That's all I want to say about Glorilla. So before I wrap it up, so I'm gonna pull this up. So if this person happens to be listening, I am disappointed in you. You are deplorable. And honestly, I really could care less if you continue to follow me or this podcast. So this person they had found my, stop playing. Why is Instagram doing, who the fuck told you to update, bro? Anyway, so this person had found me from, like, following one of my other friends that I had had on the podcast. And so they started following me or whatever, and they would like my stuff, interact with some of the stuff, but they had DM'd me last week. Like, well, first, before they DM'd me, they had liked a couple of random, like, 4 or 5 posts that were older. So it was like, and y'all know I be erratically posting because I be forgetting sometimes. So you woke up in the morning and decided to spam like me, and then you DM me talking about some, you can get it, with the purple devil emoji, the, like, wonky face emoji, and an eggplant. Y'all, it wasn't even 12 noon. What? Are you fucking kidding me right now? That's your first message to me ever. You've been following me for almost a year now, and your first message to me is you can get it, with a fucking eggplant emoji? The fuck? And this is their second real interaction with me, because their first interaction, they had sent me, like, when I had did, like, Ask Mango a question, they sent me a question that kind of was like, I was like, I don't really, like, it was questionable, and I was right to be questionable, because you do this shit. So then I had responded and was like, that was completely unwarranted and distasteful. If you're interested in getting to know me, then you need to approach me like a person. I could care less if you think I'm worthy of getting dick. Next time, keep those comments to yourself. That goes for me or any other woman you may be interested in. They respond by putting, like, the 100, like, react to the actual message. And then they're like, you're not, just a compliment. Sorry if you feel offended. Nice podcast, by the way, with a heart. So I said, your compliment could have just, and for those of you who are listening, I just made a disgusted face, because what? So I was like, your compliment could have just been nice podcast. Telling me to get, I could get dick is not a compliment. Do better. So then reacts to that with a 100 emoji, and then goes, okay, how are you then? Didn't even take the time to spell out how are you. HRU. Like, go back to school, bitch. Like, oh my God, that pissed me off. So at that point, I just went ahead and blocked. right? And so then it caused me to go on this rant on my, oh Lord. Sorry y'all. I just saw myself on my timeline. Anyway, so yeah, it caused me to like it just really upset me because why in your right mind would you think that that was it? You decided to get up in the morning and tell me that you think like, and it's like, what did you, if I had responded in a different manner, like, oh really, oh for real, stop it, like, you would have egged that on and really thought, especially given the last message you sent me, you would have egged that on and really thought that I was about to do something with you. I don't care if you think I'm worthy of getting your dick. That's what y'all men need to realize, or penis owners, if you act as a man, because it's like y'all really be letting your dick think and leave for y'all. I don't want anything to do with your dick. I'm okay. So I went on like a little Instagram rant, and I had posted some of them on like the actual page, but since people, or the two scrippers one poll page, but since people follow both, I didn't like post all of them at once, or I didn't just keep reposting them. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna just say what I said. So yeah, here is what I'm gonna just play the videos, cause
like, why the fuck are y'all like that? Why are you like that? Have some fucking decorum and treat a lady like a motherfucking human being. Y'all just think with y'all fucking dick. Y'all are so fucking gross. I hate y'all. I want all y'all dicks to fall off. That's it. No more dicks. I got enough silicone ones because I'm sick and tired of y'all bitches. That's the shit I be talking about. Like, y'all really have no decorum. Y'all have no motherfucking clue. Y'all really think, oh yeah, like y'all get up. Y'all type, and be like, yeah, this the one, this gonna make her drop her fucking panties. No, it makes me run in the opposite direction. Y'all are disgusting. And then when you don't get your way, then sometimes people will course correct and be like, oh, it's like, because after I said that, then he was like, oh, well, how are you? Nah, nigga, blocked. Because what the fuck? Because then after I called you out, you tried to defend it and call it a compliment. Why would you telling me that I could get your dick be a compliment? Who's to say I even want your musty ass dick? You probably haven't even got tested in who knows how fucking long. You probably be running around here sticking your dick in any and everything. Like, and who said that you were even worthy enough to get this punani? Like, really, let's start there. And y'all really just be in people's DMs based off looks. You really don't know shit about me. I could be crazy for real. I mean, I've proved that I'm crazy, but you don't know how crazy I am. I could be walking around here doing all types of crazy things. Maybe I'm not the punani you want in your life. But just because you think I'm funny or I'm cute or something, then you in my DMs try to wrap me up. And y'all go automatically to sex. Like, who said anybody fucking you? Huh? My plant falling over, y'all. I repotted my plants the other day, and all of them are in shock. So they all looking crazy. I think I might have killed a couple of them, but it's okay. We could try again later. But anyway, back to y'all no decorum having ass niggas. I'm sick and fucking tired. And I'm not out here looking for no dick. I'm okay. I'm not interested. Please leave me alone. So this is like, I've been saying it. This is like literally, this is the shit that I go through. And some of y'all who be watching my story all the fucking time and heart-eyeing all this shit and in my DMs, like, I just ignore you because I don't have time for it. Telling me, oh, we need to hang out or we need to do this or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I have a lot of other things that I can put my energy towards besides being out with a man because I don't like you. I don't like your species. I don't need new male friends. I have enough. I'm doing just fine. So the only way we're going on a date is if you're paying me to go on that date. Because I could be spending that time on a date with you making money elsewhere or keeping my peace of mind. Because you lot are disgusting and trifling. And y'all need some fucking decorum. And honestly, I'm not here to teach you. I'm not going to be your teacher. Find somebody else to do it, but be respectful about it. Like, it's literally motherfuckers out here that pay me to ignore them and go about my life. So you in my DMs talking about something. Oh, I need to see you. Oh, da 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 da. That looks cool. I like. You could book a session. My session started $600 an hour. I could take you to town. We not having sex. There will be no sexual interaction. But if you want to experience being topped by me, and that just means I'm performing acts on you, no sexual acts, so don't even get it. I'm not touching your pee-pee. I'm not touching your booty hole. But my sessions, my sensual sessions or domination sessions start at $600 an hour. If you want to take me on a date, that dating fee is $400 and the application fee is $75. So if you don't have $475 plus the cost of the date, leave me the fuck alone. We can interact on Instagram when you talk to me like a person. And then his response was, okay, how are you then? Question mark. You couldn't have started out like, hey, how are you? You have a really nice podcast. Like, I'd be interested in getting to know you more. Your first thought is, you could get it. I don't want your fucking pee-wee. Ew. Like, y'all really just be thinking that's y'all problem. Because y'all be so ready to get it to any and everybody that you think is just the slightest bit attractive. Have some fucking standards for yourself. Have some standards, okay? Don't just be swinging the dick everywhere. Everybody's not worthy of the dick, okay? Keep it in your pants. Keep it in your pants. Because with sex comes energy, okay? Y'all don't understand that part. And then when y'all get to not, it wasn't even like that. Yes, it was. Because if I had taken a bait, oh. And don't even get me started on y'all Negroes that follow all of my pages, my poll page, my podcast page, my spicy work page, this page, my art page. Follow everything and don't be supporting your girl. Follow me on Twitter and don't support me in any kind of way financially. Y'all just be in my business. Y'all just be in my business. That's it. That's all. And y'all some of the same ones that was in my DMs trying to know or talking to my friends like, oh my gosh, she's so no. I want all of y'all to burn in hell. And I don't even care if I sound crazy. I want to sound as crazy as possible. So you lot leave me alone. And this is where I will spit in your face. But you gotta pay for that too. I do spit fetish.
So that was the rant that I went on after that happened. Because I was just so hot and bothered. I was quite literally hot and bothered because I already in the beginning of this explained to y'all that it's upwards of 90 degrees in here, even with the fucking air on. And then trying to just get things situated. I have a busy month. And so to that day, it was like I had to get up. I've been trying to get a fucking oil change for fucking ever. I was trying to do it myself because I know how to do it. I just needed the oil filter wrench. And I went to so many stores. And at first the problem was I couldn't find a wrench that was small enough to fit the filter in my car. And then I couldn't find a swivel wrench because the placement of the oil filter is like down in the engine. So one, I'm short, and two, all of the ones that did fit had a handle that was really long, and it was like, okay, I could like maneuver my hand in here to try to turn it, but then there's no room to actually move it because the handle doesn't like bend or anything. So I had been trying to give myself an oil change over the course of like 4 days. So I was pissed there. It's been hot as shit. Like, I started my period today, so those hormones were like raging, and then just having to prepare to organize all that I need to do this month. And then to be that particular day, I had been at work ass crack in the morning. Like, I had to go out to VA to fucking work, be there. My coworker came to get me at like 7 in the morning. So I get off work to that. No good morning, hello, like you've never spoken to me before, and you thought that was the time to be like, yeah, you could get this dick. who the fuck said I even wanted that dick? And then it was like the friend that, and the friend that I have in common with this person, I had to hit them up like, yo, like, what's good with your mans? And so she was like, honestly, that's not even my mans, but then tells me how he be essentially harassing her. Like, that's the type of shit. So it's like, you send me shit like that. I know you sending it to other people. And then how many of us are entertaining it and how many of us are not? But clearly that doesn't deter you. Like, she telling me that you said some crazy things, you done sent pictures that nobody asked for. Like, that's y'all problem now. You think just because you would give your dick to anybody that everybody wants it. That's not the case. Like, y'all forget that people are humans, but let the roles be reversed and I start treating you like shit because you a man. Then it's like, oh, but I have feelings and I'm a dad. No, you want to treat me like a piece of meat, I'm gonna treat you like a fucking piece of trash. Like, that's what you get. And I'm getting like, so it just really made me upset. I didn't show the video because I was like, I was looking real unhinged. I don't care about sounding crazy. This whole podcast is like a living testament of me sounding crazy. So I wasn't worried about like replaying that, but it was and that's the type of shit that happens. Like, don't even get me started. That's why I don't FetLife in terms of sex work, I think is a great platform for like finding munches, which are munches are happy, like essentially happy hours, get-togethers for people who are interested in kink. So there's no kink actually involved. It's just like, okay, we're here at the bar hanging out. We all know that everybody here is interested in the kink community, whether they're like a fresh baby or they're a seasoned veteran. But that's what is bringing us here. Or if it's actually like a play party or some other kind of educational class where you can learn wax play or electro play or whatever else. So I like it for that, like that networking and that educational piece. But a lot of people just DM you talking all kind of crazy. So I've done a lot of profile edits and I'm going to go back and I'm at a space where I need to start utilizing that platform again. So I have to like go, because it was also when I first started this journey, I will say that I was honing a little bit more of my sexual energy and my sexual persona in it. So I think, that's what I was kind of calling towards. But since then I've cleaned up a lot of things and like really found, my identity, and I'm still learning and still evolving it, but like, what am I really okay with? What am I interested in? What do I see for my life? And so trying to set up things so that that's the type that I'm attracting, and even I think about like when I did the Hinge, what I want is fin subs, whale subs that just send me money and leave me alone. That's what I want. So if you happen to be listening to this and you have money, you have so much money, it's my money. Go ahead and send that. Mistressmango. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy me in private. Leave me alone. Silent sins all day. That is what I want. Okay. And I want to be able to still, like, I love actually sessioning, and like the sessions that I have, the topping that I've done, because I still have yet to have an in-person session with a sub, but I'm really excited because that's why I'm going to New York. So I do have something set up, so I'm really excited about that, and just like continuing to watch that part grow. But a lot of what I've just been met with are like these time wasters. I had a sub, and this is conversation that I will be saying more so, you know what, I'm gonna leave that for Tales of the Sensual Findom, like finishing up that. But it's just like, what was I saying? Like, this journey has been a lot, and I've had to do a lot of like trial and error. But regardless of all that, like, you men are just unhinged. The type of shit that the group chats that I'm in, people will send the things that they say, like the men will pretend to be like, they'll they'll approach you as a submissive, but then be like, yeah, you know, if you need a bull, da da da. And a bull is, so like in a cuckold situation, you have a cuck who wants to either in a financial aspect fund a couple, or they want to like witness a couple do whatever. And it's just like, you know, they are fantasizing off the idea of their partner with someone else. So you have cuckolds, cuck queens. So more so in a lifestyle is like, so let's say I'm married and I'm a cuck queen. I would like to watch my husband involved with other people. In a pro realm, it's gonna be like my mistress. So if you are my sub, and you know me and you are never gonna do anything, because why the fuck, what? And you get turned on, and like the fact that I am with my partner. So whether that's funding dates or funding trips for us to go on, or that's like, I've had some really crazy cuck requests, and I'm like, my partners are not involved in this line of work. So the way that I approach cuckolding right now is cuckold fantasy. So I do voiceovers, and I'll like tell stories about the type of sex that I had overlaying on a video, but not too much. But yeah, it's like somebody will approach you pretending to be a cuck, but then be like, yeah, you know, I'm a bull, I could do this, and this one girl sent a thing of a sub quotation marks, was like, he had a scene in mind, because she was looking for a content sub. He had a scene where she comes to him, and she like gets naked and was like, oh, my sub's been a bad boy or something. And so then she like fucks him until she comes, and then he like returns the favor, because she like this shit that y'all tell yourselves to make you feel justified in sending a dick pic without permission, or telling us your fantasies. Like I told y'all, but I don't know if I ever came back, and this is getting longer than I intended, as I always say. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a short episode because I'm hot and bothered, and here I am, an hour and 6 minutes later. But which honestly, since I haven't done any edits, is probably a little bit longer. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it's like fuck, what was I talking about? Oh, the Twitter sub that I had mentioned in We Gotta Wax That with Diamond. It's like, you DM'd me. I don't even know you exist. That's the part that kills me. That's the part that really kills me. Like, I be unbothered, living my best life, doing whatever the fuck needs to get done, because clearly y'all can't do shit but be annoying. Like, pay a bill. Do something for me. Be of service. Make my life easier. But instead, you see a picture of me and think, oh, her ass is fat, or oh, her toes are so pretty, or oh, her lips are so luscious, or her boobs are so bouncy, or whatever the fuck else. Or on Instagram, because I don't post stuff like that, you think I'm funny, or you see I post a cute boomerang or something, and you go based off that. You don't pay attention or participate in anything else. Even when I'm not like posting a link to go buy something, when I put question boxes up, or I'm actually asking for engagement, when I talk about like, oh, I have art here, y'all don't interact with none of that shit. But the moment you see something that makes your dick hard and get your hamster wheels turning in your brain, then all of a sudden you want to interact with me, and then you don't even think to speak to me like a person. Then be mad when we call you out, like the niggas that be like, oh, you a ugly bitch anyway. I wasn't an ugly bitch when you was asking me to fucking ride your face, was I? What? And why would you even approach somebody like that off rip? What? Come on now. Like, y'all be in people's DM harassing them about shit. If you like that, if you keep liking it, if you go through that girl that you keep trying to talk to, go to that thread. Has she ever responded to you? Or if you sent 10 messages, and in those 10 messages you sent her, how many did she respond to, if she responded? Like, leave that girl alone. Don't want to be bothered with you. Go sit with yourself. Y'all can't sit with yourselves. Like, the bar is really below hell, because y'all really think that's it. And so if you were listening to this, or if you still are, well, I guess, like, if you're still here, like, get your fucking life together. Get your fucking life. Don't talk to me. I don't care. You could be a listener in silence, or you could just not support this podcast anymore. But what you need to do is go get your life together. And if you resonated with anything on his side, or if you've done anything like that, please reevaluate your life. And even outside of sexualizing, I think that's like, everybody got shit that they doing and other things to focus on. Be kind, be nice to people. Like, y'all be so worried about the next person or being rude about it. Mind your business and do whatever you need to do to take care of you, and stop bothering other people. That's my little piece. It was something else I was gonna say. And I hope all of that is coherent, because I'm hot and now I'm angry too. Well, I was already angry. Do I have anything else to say? I feel like there might have been one more thing. Yeah, so I guess that's my rant. If you are a part of the male species, I really do better, because this is what your brother's out here doing. Oh, and I will leave on that too. So I had also saw, like, I think it was the same day or the next day, I had saw that there was that experiment that journalist did. There was a woman who, she pretended to be drunk and went out near some bars, and pretended to be by herself to just kind of like to record and see, like, so y'all could see how prevalent harassment from men is, and like how this is a big deal, and how easy it is, like. And it was so disturbing because, she's pretending to be drunk. This dude comes up to her, and I think they did voice change in technology, so it made it even creepier. But it's like she's stumbling and like, my friends, and like slurred words and all this. Like, where are my friends? I want to go home. Things like that. And, oh, let me help you. We came together. I like you. You like me. What? What? What the fuck? Where are you? Like. And she's confused. I don't know you. I don't know you. No, don't. Like, she's saying no. She's saying these things. And he's like, no, we came together. I'll help you. Oh, yeah, that's my hotel, too. Like, then went so far as to follow her all the way back to the hotel room and sit in the room, bro. And so when he sat and there were like people on the elevator with her, when they got in the room and she told him to like go sit down, he goes and sits down. She's like, why did you follow me here? Immediately like comes back to, because she was never drunk. And like he's still doubling down, like, you like me, I like you, we're gonna have sex. What? You want to have sex with me? I never gave you any indication of that. No, you followed me here. Then you like, oh, sorry. And she's kicking him out, and he's still talking about something. Can we have sex? What? And I can bet you, I'd be willing to bet you, that man went back outside and did the same thing to somebody else. That is sick. That is disgusting. And that's literally the shit. Whether we drunk or not, like, y'all be praying. So, and when I say y'all, the ones who can genuinely say, like, that's not me, great for you. But also check your friends. Are your friends doing that shit? And that goes for women too, because I'm not about to sit here and trash all women, because then I think the next day after that, I had saw the video of like the game was on something with Tokyo Tony and I think two other women, and the game was talking about how he had fucked Angela, formerly known as Black China, but he fucked her, and he was like, oh yeah, your daughter, da 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 da. And Tokyo Tony's response was, me too, and proceeds to reveal her pussy to him. And he was like, whoa, like he was caught off guard, right? And so when I didn't watch the whole video, but the clip that I had saw, like, he was talking about that was her response. He was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, he was caught off guard, like, yo, nobody wanted to see that. And then when I watched the clip a little bit further, it seems like, and I know sometimes people cut things differently, so it is worth, I would assume, no, I'm not going to assume. I'm sure it's worth going back to like watch everything that happened and what was said, because watching clips can be misleading, because I know sometimes people post things for shock value to get people to come see what they really said, right? But it was just like the next part of the clip that I saw, the other host started getting on game, talking about like, oh, something about being disrespectful, or saying basically she was trying to say that the game, like, the clip that I saw, she completely disregarded what Tokyo Tony did. So maybe I do need to go back and watch and see how that whole thing went. But it was just like, women be doing out of pocket shit like that too. Do not get me wrong, this is not like a huge men slander, but the ratios, y'all be a lot more unhinged and thinking with y'all motherfucking dick. So I'ma leave it there because it's hot and I got things to do. So yes, all of my subbies, learn how to be respectful. That's what I want you to do. I want you to tribute, and I want you to be respectful, and I want you to figure out how can you be of service to me. What can you do to make my life easier? If you don't have the money, what is the actual service you can provide me? Or you're just like, oh, I love being dominated and I want the chance to be. You want me to sit on your face? You want me to spit on you? You want me to slap you? You want me to bite you? You want me to kick you in the nuts, step on your penis? You want me to give you a wedgie? Huh? You want me to slap you around a little bit? You want me to piss on you? What you want me to do? You want me to burp and fart on you? I got you. Or maybe you're into feminization and you want me to dress you up and do your nails and do your makeup. Or maybe you're a pup and you want me, or some other animal, you're into pet play and you want me to walk you around on a little leash. Or maybe human furniture and you want to be my footrest. Or maybe my pillow, or my coffee table, or I don't know what else. But there's so many possibilities, right? Preferably, I like the ones where I can do other things and not talk or interact. You know what I'm saying? Just kick my feet up, make you pretend to be a lampshade, all of that good stuff, right? Maybe you want me to trample you. I got you. The possibilities are endless. But your first step is being respectful. There needs to be some kind of tribute, and you need to email me at Mistressmango at proton.me, and 21 plus ID verification. Okay. And then for all of my other followers who are not subbies, but you're just here for the support, go buy some sex toys. Or even if you are a subby, go buy some sex toys using my code, and then we could do a session and I could like walk you through it. Tease and denial, orgasm denial, you know, play with that toy. I can give you tasks. Okay, so go use my code busting nuts. Okay, because this is what we gonna be doing, and I'm gonna be busting my nuts, which my mother, or I'm gonna be busting your nuts with my 8-inch heels while you got a rubber band wrapped around it. CBT. Okay. Yes. So my subs, I'm hot and delirious again, but I'm working on a nice like setup of the show, you know? And like I was thinking about that. I was like, I probably do have some people who are subs, but I feel like I don't talk about it every episode, and there's no clear direction. Because again, I try not to put at this time, I try not to put easy access on my spicy stuff. If you come across it, you come across it, and I'll say the certain things, but also that's like a moment in time, right? You got to get it while it's hot. Because I think about like when I was using Wish Tinder, which I won't go into too much of a rant because I really need to stop recording. But you know, I think it was like Big Booty Ho. I had put Wish Tinder. I don't use Wish Tinder anymore. I deleted that thing. So you gotta get it while it's accurate, you know? So at the time of this recording, on July 10th, 2024, you can email your girl. Email me, baby. If you want a session, if you have a service you could provide, if you want access to like my I want clips, my mini vids, my loyal fans, or maybe you don't have Cash App and you have another, or well, you do my payment methods. I don't make new payment methods for me. You won't be able to figure out how to pay me. Yeah, that's it. Okay. For my regular non-subs, and even I guess no, whatever. Um, so even for my non-subs, um, make sure you buy some toys, busting nuts, BB busting nuts. Go to Patreon. Send me question, stories, topics, and corrections. And y'all be safe, make good choices, and try not to pass out in this motherfucking heat. Until next week.